anyway, that's how I lost fat, eating fat.
Officially 10 pounds down. Yay!
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nicolershaeholiday, also known as Plant-Based Nicolershaeholiday on Instagram and TikTok. Welcome back to my channel if you're a returner, and if you're new, thank you for joining me today. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. As you guys may know, I had started a fat loss journey in June of 2024, and then as of November 20th, that was 5.5 months of hard working and dedication, I lost 8.6 pounds. And that's not a lot, to some people, but it was a success for me. And things are different in my body now. I'm in menopause. My metabolism is slower. My hunger hormone has increased. All these things play into the play a factor. Yeah, play a factor. So my weight loss was slow because there were some weeks I would gain a pound, some weeks I would lose a pound. If I'm going to events and things like that, I would go up, and then I have to work off that pound over the next week. So it ended up maybe balancing out to 0 fat loss that week. So the point is that the fat loss was slow, but I'm okay with it because any win is a win for me. So 8.6 pounds down as of November 20th. So as of November and December, my mindset was like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about, because my goal is not the numbers, but the fat on my back is my next project. My first project was working on the stomach and the waist, which, it's not the way it used to be 7, 8, 10 years ago. And it's probably not going to get that way because my body has changed, and I have to just accept that and not try to compare myself to my early 40s, 30s, and 20s. It's not the same anymore. My stomach might not ever be that straight, flat. You see, I don't know if you see the pictures, but it kind of pokes out a little bit. Even if I hold my stomach in, it'll still poke out. Like, that's just the way it is now. It's just this little pooch, right? But it might not ever go back, and that's just what it is. What it is. Okay, so but I did lose some weight around the waist, and that made me happy because there was a dress I couldn't fit anymore, and I can zip it up now. There was some pants that I couldn't even button that I can button up. So that's called no scale wins, and those wins make me happy. So anyway, so I was like, okay, as of November, I was like, I still got this back fat though. Like, when I turn to the side and you see that little line, it doesn't look so bad. It just looks like a line. But if you look from the back, which I'm not showing you guys yet, I got the pictures. I'm keeping them for when I get an after picture. Then I can show you the before and after. But the back fat is still fattened, and I don't like it. And so, oh, by the way, sorry, I'm in my pajamas, but I tried to put on some lipstick just to kind of do something to myself. But anyway, so the back fat is my next project, okay? But my mindset during the holidays was just like, I don't want to think about fat loss right now. Let me just maintain. So basically, November, December, I was just maintaining the fat loss, the 8.5 pounds. Maintaining could look like 1 pound I might have gained a week. 1 pound, I might have gained 1 pound one week. I might have gained or lost a pound the next week, whatever. It was up and down, right? But it balanced out to, at the end of December, I was still 8.6 pounds down. So that means I was maintaining my weight. Okay. Now it's January 25th, right? It's January 25th, and I'm officially 10 pounds down. So I lost another 1.4 pounds, if you will. I'm only giving numbers for you guys. Okay. I'm only giving the numbers for you guys because for me, the 10 pounds is great. But if I still have the back fat, I haven't met my goal yet. You know what I mean? So I don't want that on there. I don't like it. And I don't know if it will go away completely. I'm hoping it will, but I just don't like it. So I'm working on it. I'm hoping I can get it off. But I don't want to lose too much weight because the more weight you lose, the smaller you look. But the goal is the back fat. So I don't want to keep getting smaller, but the back fat still stays. So if, I don't want to lose a 10 pound, like me being 142.4 right now, like I don't want to lose more than 4 more pounds, because that'll put me in the 138s. And I don't want to look hecka small. Like I used to, like my weight, I would say averaged out to like 140, right? And for years, up until 7 years ago, I would say 135 to 140. And that looked fine for me then. And 140 looks good, but like 135, that might look too small for me now. Like what looked good on me 10 years ago, 135, that might look too small for me now. So I don't want to get that small. But I would just say, like, I'm hoping within the next 4 pounds I can lose 4 pounds of fat. I hope it comes from my back. We can't spot reduce, so we can't tell the fat where to come off. It comes off where it wants, right? So I'm hoping I can get some of that fat off my back so I can show y'all some after pictures. But anyway, I just wanted to say I am thankful that I did lose 10 pounds of fat, and it has been a long process. It's been 7 months. It took a long time. And that's just because, again, one, my metabolism is slower. Two, there's weekends where I eat more than I do during the week. So when I eat more, which means a surplus, which means I'm eating more than I'm burning, I'll go up a pound or two. And usually it's water weight or sodium weight, and you got to tackle it right away, get it off right away, because then it becomes used to your body, sits on your body. Then next thing you know, it's fat. Now it's hard to get it off. So those weekends when you eat too much and you gain a pound or two, get it off right away. But anyway, so I'm 10 pounds down now, but I still have the back fat. So my focus is getting off the fat, not about, oh, I want to lose 5 more pounds. It's not about the pounds. It's about the fat. But I don't want to get smaller than like 4 or 5 pounds. I don't want to be that size, because it might, I don't know. I don't know if it'll look okay on me. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Everyone's used to me being now I'm smaller, but everyone's used to me being around, like 145 to 50 for the last 7 years, right? So if I got down to 135, that might look weird to people. They might be like, is something wrong with you? You sick? No, I'm just finally back to what I used to be. My husband made me fat these last 7 years. No, I'm just kidding. I can't blame it on him. But anyway, but I did want to say that a lot of people I follow in the vegan community have this idea that fat makes you fat, and you got to eliminate the fat in order to lose weight. And there's so many diets, I'm doing a little quotation mark, diets out there, like the starch solution, which is a plant-based way of eating, high carbs, low fat. People lose lots of weight doing that. They might do the 50-50 plates, half non-starchy vegetables, half starch, but they're not really eating fat, and they're losing lots of weight, and it works. Yes, it does. Okay, but then why do people say fat makes you fat when there's tons of people that are eating a keto diet, which is a high fat diet, and they're losing lots of weight? So fat doesn't make you fat, people. For most people, I'm going to say most, because I'm not counting people who might have some type of a disease or, let me think of a disease, like a thyroid thing, or I don't know, diabetes, certain diseases, this might not pertain to you. So I'm not a medical professional. So I'm not speaking about someone who might have a certain disease. I'm talking about someone who is just regular healthy. 99% of the way we lose weight is because we're in a deficit. Whether you count and whether you know it or not, that's what the fat loss comes down to. It's not about reducing the fat. It's not about like eliminating the carbs. It's the caloric intake. It's how much you're burning versus how much you're eating. I don't care what, okay. I'm going to say it pertains to me. I'm going to say it pertains to me. I'll say it that way. That way, I don't have to hear anybody in the comments talking about, well, that don't work for me. Okay, let's just talk about myself. And most people, it's all usually comes down to a deficit. So if you're eating, because in my 7 months, I'm down 10 pounds. And I eat fat every single day. And some days it's a really high fat day. Like, I don't do that every day where it's high fat, but I do have fat every day. And I'm talking about the high fat things like Nutter Butters and nuts and cashews and things like that. I have that every day. Now, I watch how much I eat every day. I make sure I'm just like sticking to like, one serving of it or whatever. But there's days where I've showed you guys some of my what I eat in a day videos, and somebody even commented, if I ate that much fat, I would be big as a house or something. She said, I ate that much fat that day, right? But that day I was also in a deficit. I made sure that I was burning more than I ate. So even though I ate a lot of fat that day, like I think I had some peanut butter in my nice cream. I think I might have had a serving of some nuts, and then I had a salad with tahini in it. So that was like a high fat day, right? Probably like 60% fat that day, right? There's days where I do that. It just happens that way. But I still have lost the fat over the months because, except for the last couple of months, I've just been maintaining. I wasn't in the fat loss mindset. I was just maintaining. But I was still losing the fat, even though I was eating fat and some days high fat, because I was in a deficit, meaning my body was burning more than I ate those days. Okay. So I don't really track anymore because now after the 5.5 months of tracking, I was tracking in a chronometer, which is an app. It's $2.99, but it's an app just to make sure, see how much I was burning. I put in my age and weight and all that stuff, and it told me how much I burn. And I don't follow it to a T. I just use it as a gauge because that thing will have you eating like 1,200 calories, and I'm not doing that. That's way too low. So I just use it as a gauge to see how much I burn per day. And as I put my food in the chronometer, it makes the amount I burn increase because you burn when you're chewing. And then when I would put my exercise and my walking steps and how much I burned for that, it would increase the amount I burned even more, right? So I would say my average burning per day is probably around 20, without me being extreme and doing just extreme stuff, like just my regular 3 workouts a week with weights, and then my regular, walking steps per day, like 4 or 5 days a week. I burn about 2,100 calories a day, maybe 2,200 on some days, right? So in order for my body to lose fat, I need to be in a deficit. So that means I need to be burning more than I eat. So if I am eating 2,200 calories, I don't have to be in a big deficit. I could just be like in a 200 or 300 calorie deficit. So if I'm burning 2,200 one day, or say like I'm burning 2,200 calories a day on average, I need to eat like 1,900 calories a day. So I could be in like a 300 calorie deficit. Does that make sense? It's just you're eating a little bit less than how much you burn, and that puts you in a deficit. Now, I had to track because I've been eating plant-based for several years, 14 now, and just eating healthily does not make me lose fat. If I'm eating the same amount I'm burning, I just maintain it. So I had to track so I can make sure I was burning more than I ate. After tracking for 5.5 months, I'm not really tracking anymore because after getting used to what I was eating, I know what it is, right? So I don't have to really track anymore because I just know my food. Now, when I go out and stuff, I don't know what that is. I don't trip off the weekends. But during the week, I know what I eat. I know what I buy. I know what goes in my body. So I don't have to track anymore. But people might have to track if you're not losing the fat you want to, because you probably are just eating more than you burn, even if you're eating healthily, even if you're eating raw, even if you're eating fruit all day. Even if you're fruitarian, you could still gain weight. You could still maintain the fat you've gained if you're eating you're eating in a maintenance level, meaning you're eating the same you're burning. If you eat 3,000 calories of fruit a day, can you do that? Yeah, you can, because you can make smoothies, and that could be like 800 calories in a smoothie. So say like you're eating 3,000 calories of fruit a day. Just fruit. But you only burn 2,100 calories. You're in a 900 calorie surplus. And you don't even know it. Yeah, you might gain weight. You might maintain it. Okay? You eat raw. Raw. Please. There's times where I did the raw things for 30 days, 44 days, and I didn't lose any weight, or I might have even been up a pound because I was maintaining my weight, because I was eating the same amount I was burning. I was just, you know what I mean? Or I might went up a pound, lose a pound. Up by the end of the 30 days, it was like I'm up a pound. So the point is that in order to lose weight, for most people that don't have certain diseases, regular healthy people, you have to be in a deficit. Now, whether you count yourself or not, you need to be in a deficit. Some people, the diets they go on, it automatically puts them in a deficit from what they were eating before. People who eat keto, for instance, but whatever they were eating, when they go to that keto, the drastic decrease in how much they're eating, even if they're eating high fat and stuff, the calories are low. They're eating like a salad with fat on it. They're eating like, these small calorie meals. So their body is decreasing in calories. Therefore, it's putting them in a deficit. Okay? It's not even about the high fat that makes them lose weight. It's the fact that the amount they eat decreased from what they were eating before. Same with the starch solution. Most people go on the starch solution. They go down to eating these voluminous foods, potatoes and rice with a non-starchy vegetable. They're eating the vegetables first and getting themselves full and then going on to the starch. So they're not even able to finish the starch. Their calories are decreased. What? Therefore, putting them in a deficit. They're not counting the calories themselves. No, they're not, but their bodies are counting for them. So that's my point. I'm going all over the place. My point is that I ate a lot of fat. And I still lost fat because it wasn't about the fat. It was about the caloric intake. It's about being in a deficit. It's about burning more than you eat. That's what it is, y'all. Okay? That's why when we were younger and say like in our 20s and 30s, and we're eating all kind of junk and stuff, right? And we gain a couple of pounds. And then we just start eating clean and then we lose it so quickly. It wasn't just because we ate clean that we lost the weight. It was because it was a decrease in the caloric intake. Once we started eating clean, it was a decrease in calories from what we were eating right before, right? And because we were a lot more active, we were burning way more. Like I said in some of my other videos, not only was I doing my regular workouts and walks, I was doing dance rehearsals every week. I was taking dance classes and gym classes every week, and riding my bike for transportation sometimes. Like, do you know how much calories I was burning? I was burning way more. So when I would start eating clean, after eating junk for a couple weeks or whatever, as soon as I started eating clean, I would just lose weight so quickly because I ended up getting in a deficit. Back then, I didn't know what a deficit was. I didn't know about burning more than you ate, but my body did. You get it? So it's like your body knows. So regardless if you're counting, if you're tracking or not, no, you don't. Even if you're not doing that, your body is doing it. Your body knows. So that's why people lose weight. No matter what diet they are going on, it's because of the diet they were on before. And then they go to the diet they are at that point, and it's a drastic decrease in how much they were eating, and which equals a deficit, which makes them lose the fat most of the time, except for some extreme cases, like if somebody has some ailments going on in their body or whatever. That's what it all boils down to, you guys. So that's why I was able to eat the fat and still lose fat, because I was in a deficit for most of the time, because like I said, there was days where on the weekends I would eat more than normal. Again, surplus, therefore making me gain the weight, right? And then I would go back to normal, get it off, and then whatever. So I hope this makes sense. So all these different diets that people are putting out there and they're just like selling it, weight loss, fat loss. It's really not even the diet itself. It's just the fact that when you go on that diet, it's a decrease in calories from what you were eating before, most of the time. Now some people also, and another angle is, some people can gain weight from eating too low calories. So sometimes eating too low of calories, even if you're in a deficit, can go against you. If you're eating too low, your body thinks it's starving itself, and then you can gain fat. So you can't be in too much of big of a deficit. Like, you can't be doing them 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 calorie diets. Even 1,500 and 1,600. That's too low. Even 1,700. Nah. I mean, 1,700, maybe for a short time is not too low. And then, you need to increase it. But like 16 and under, I think is just way too low, where your body can think it's starving itself and actually go against what you're trying to do. So you don't want to eat too low of calories, okay? Try Chronometer like I did. Again, don't use it as a gauge to put your age, weight, and all that in to see how much calories you're burning. And then you put your activity level, and then it'll show you how much you're burning per day. And that's how much you're burning per day. That doesn't count the food chewing that you burn calories from chewing food. And it doesn't count you add that stuff later. It'll just show you how much you burn just on a regular day, just living life, right? And then once you add in your exercises, your workouts, your food in there, then the amount you burn increases. Use that as a gauge to see how much you burn. And if you are on the fat loss and you're not having success losing the weight, eat like 200 or 300 less than that to be in a little deficit. And I'm talking about a little deficit. I don't mean starving yourself and not restricting calories. Again, try not to go lower than 1,700. And even that's kind of low. Like, maybe I would even say 1,800 calories, and as long as you're burning at least 2,000 or 2,100. I hate saying all these numbers and burning and calories and all this stuff, but I'm just talking to those people who are trying to eat healthy, but they're just not having success. They're still not losing the weight. They're eating healthily every day, but they're still not losing the weight. It might just be because you're eating too much. You're eating more than you're burning. That might be just it, because that's what it was for me. I was eating healthily. I was eating plant-based. I eat plant-based, but I was, eating in a kind of a maintenance level, but not realizing it, track your food just for a little bit till you get an idea and you get used to your food and knowing it, and then you don't have to do it anymore. Just knowing, okay, I need to eat this much. I burn 2,100 calories, so I might eat 1,800 calories a day, and just until I start losing the weight. And once you get to your goal, then you can increase it like a little bit every week until you get up to a maintenance level, till you're burning the same amount you eat. You don't want to stay in a deficit forever, okay? Short time till you get the weight off, and then you can increase it little by little, like maybe 50 calories a week until you're back up to, like, if you burn 2,100, you want to get back up to 2,100 calories a day, eating 2,100 calories a day-ish to maintain your weight, right? But you don't want to jump to it. You want to gradually go back up and get your body used to a little bit at a time. Does this make sense, you guys? I'm just trying to break it down because I'm so sick of people all these diet names, when all it comes down to, it doesn't matter what diet you eat, you guys. It's all about how much you're burning versus how much you eat, whether it's plant-based, keto, starch solution, Atkins, what else, fruitarian, whatever. It's all it all comes down to people lose weight because they went into a deficit. They lost weight because they started eating less than they were burning, whether they knew it or not. So I hate when people be like, oh, you want to lose weight? 5 ways to lose weight. Increase your water intake. Eat whole foods. Eat more protein. Shut up! Because if I do that and I'm eating the same amount I burn, I'm not going to lose weight. Sorry. It's not about what you eat. It's about how much you eat. versus how much you're burning, y'all, for the most part. So when people are saying that, eat whole foods. Don't eat processed foods. Drink water. Eat lots of fruits and vegetables. Well, guess what, fool? I've been doing that. And I still, you know what I mean? Like I was still up, heavier. And I still gained the weight. Well, I gained the weight from, those weekends of eating junk food and stuff. But I'm saying, like, I was maintaining it. I was maintaining the fat because I was eating whole foods. I was eating fruits and vegetables. I was drinking my water. I was working out. But if I'm still eating the same amount I burn, it ain't going to go nowhere. The weight ain't going to go nowhere. And again, I'm talking to most people who have a regular healthy lifestyle. That are regular healthy without certain kind of ailments and diseases. Okay. I went all around, and I hope I'm making sense. I guess the moral of the story is no matter what diet you have, if you're eating the same amount you burn, you're going to maintain your weight. If you're eating more than you burn, you're most likely going to gain weight. Even if it's healthy, even if it's plant-based, even if it's raw, even if it's fruit. I got nothing. I don't know what else to say. So that's how I lost fat, eating fat. And some days high fat because I was making sure I was in a deficit, burning more than I ate. Okay. Thank you. I forgot to throw this in there that although I was in a deficit and that's how I lost the 10 pounds of fat, I also had to watch my sodium because sodium produces water retention, which can make me gain a pound or two in a night easily just from a sodium rich meal. So I had to watch my sodium as well. So being in a deficit and watching my sodium intake. Anyway, thank you guys for watching my video. I hope I was making sense. I know what I'm trying to say, but I hope it came out right. And I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say, what it all boils down to. But anyway, that's how I lost fat, eating fat. You guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment, let me know you're watching, and share it for someone who's been struggling to lose weight and just not having success, even though they eat healthily, even though whatever, just share the video. God bless you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, shortly after I made this video, I found out that my friend passed away. She's been in the hospice for the last week, and she was declining rapidly. I'm happy she's not suffering anymore, but I'm really going to miss my friend, and I'm sad. We've been friends for 42 years. We're 11 days apart, and just pray for me, please. Pray for her kids. She has a 10, 11, 18, and 30-year-old, and just pray for her family as well. Although we're all happy she's not suffering anymore, of course we're going to miss her, and this is just really heartbreaking. It's just so sad that she had to even go through this in the first place, and I'm just really sad for the kids. So please keep us all in prayer. And God, I can't believe I'm even saying all this, but just keep us in prayer. Love you, Thel, and I miss you. Rest in peace.